Hey there, welcome back to Magic Stringworks. So today on the workbench we have this really pretty guitar. This is a PRS SE Zach Myers edition. Flame maple top. Very nice. Seagull or bird inlays. And very distinctive PRS headstock. So this is the first time I've seen this model of guitar here in the workshop, and I have to say I kind of like it a lot. So let me go over some of its features. So at first glance this looks like typical sort of single cut Les Paul style guitar, but of course it's a PRS, and this one has a few interesting features on it. So of course right away you notice that it's a hollow or semi-hollow. We have this F-hole right here, so that means there's a block of wood going down the middle, but both wings are hollow, so that makes this guitar extremely light, and we'll weigh that in a minute. We have two humbuckers, and these are custom PRS humbuckers. Three-way switch in the Les Paul position. We have the tones, so 2 volume, 2 tones. There's no push-pull or anything on this. I like this bridge. So this is a sort of vintage style wraparound bridge. Let me get in closer. Okay, so yeah, this is a vintage style sort of wraparound. So you come in through the front, over the back. And then you have these really nice brass adjustable saddles. I like the high mass feel of this bridge. So obviously it's not a tailpiece and bridge combo, it's a single piece. Very neat. 2 height adjustments, and the radius is built in, but looks nice. Very clean, comfortable to play, not scratching yourself on anything. Very nice. So moving away from the bridge, we're just going to go up here to this cutaway. You can see how it's sculpted. It's not flat, so again, makes it easier. What do they call that? The handshake, right? That looks really nice. I'll turn it over in a second. We'll have a look at it. Bird inlays. These look pretty wide, these frets. And not locking tuners, not vintage style either. But yeah, classic sort of PRS here. Zach Myers on the truss rod cover. So this guitar is made in Indonesia. And I mean, these feel a little cheap, maybe these tuning keys right here, but let's see how long they last. Smooth mahogany neck, very smooth satin finish, nice. And here's this sort of access cutaway set neck. Switch access cover, electronics cavity. We have a nice belly carve up here, and a side output jack. Let me weigh this guitar. Okay, let's put this guitar up on the scale. Make sure it catches. Don't want anything falling, of course. Alright. I think you can read that. 6.43 pounds. That's pretty light. I like that. Those who prefer metric, we see 2.915 kilograms. So another unique feature about this guitar is that it's a short scale, quite a short scale. It's 24.5 inches is what it's listed at. If I use a ruler here to the 12th fret, we're at 31 centimeters or 310 millimeters times 2, 620 millimeters as a scale length, with is just about 24.5. It's actually a touch less, but yeah, so that's smaller than a Gibson, much smaller than a Fender, and even smaller than a lot of PRSs, which are normally around 25 inches. So why is this guitar here, you might ask? Well, I'll show you. Look at this action. It's crazy high. If I take a string gauge here at 6/64, which is about 2.4 millimeters, I'm not even close to touching that. can see how much space. And if I go to the first string, still not touching. So we're well over 6/64ths for an action. Okay, so we can measure in 64 thousandths of an inch and millimeters. So on this style guitar, I'm going to measure at the 12th fret. And yeah, we're right about 8/64ths. And so that's on the 6th string, the 1st string. Give it about 7/64. So really high, at least double what it should be. I would set this guitar up at 4/64ths at the 12th fret right across. Now of course we only have 2 adjustments, right, the high and low strings. So, but definitely I want them even. So 4/64ths is where I'm going to aim for. The owner gave me 11/52s originally, and then he dropped off a pack of 10/52s. So I'm going to flip this one over. We can compare. So we've got 11, 14, 13, 18, 17, 30, 30, 42, 42, 52, 52. So currently on here it's 10/46s, which I think suits this guitar, especially with the short scale length, but the 42, 42, 52 might be a little heavy, but we might have to adjust the nut a little bit. But we'll see. I'm going to do a little setup with the existing strings. Make sure everything moves and works before I take the strings off and put some new strings on. So I have run into an issue with PRS guitars before, where the truss rod nut is something I didn't have in my arsenal of wrenches. So I had to make one, and I think I made a short video on that. So I just took a wrench in this original size, it's 11 millimeters, and, or sorry, 7 millimeters, and I just ground down the outside of each end so it makes it a little thinner so I can get in there. So I'm pretty sure this will fit here now. There we go. Yeah, so that fits on top. So I'll loosen the strings and make an adjustment. But yeah, so I had to grind it down. So this is a 7 millimeter wrench, and that's what fits that nut. But I just made sure the walls were nice and thin. So I already know the string action is high. That might be due to the neck relief, which didn't look horrible. So I'm going to put a capo on the 1st, support the neck right around the 7th fret. I like to see 8 or 9 thousandths on a guitar like this, so I'll start with an 8 thousandths feeler gauge, push down right around the neck and body joint somewhere, and now I'll check. Yeah, it's pretty loose under there, it's not really hitting the 8. Try the 9. Same thing. So I think we could introduce a little bit we can take out some of that relief, tighten the truss rod, so I will do that. So I know I said I wasn't really a fan of these tuning keys here, and honestly these are super tight and feel terrible. I would probably recommend changing those out, something a little better. So I just want enough room to get the truss rod cover open. I'm going to get my tool in here, don't laugh. And so righty-tighty, so when you're looking down the guitar like that, to the right is tightening, to the left is loosening, clockwise, counterclockwise, so we're going to go clockwise, and then, so I'm going to just give it, you know, till the wrench sort of hits the edge there, just a little bit. Put the strings back on, get it up to pitch, and check. We'll see if that helped out. So put that 8 thousandths under there again. I think you can hear it just touching, right? Probably could use some more. Yeah, I'll give it another little 1/8 of a turn before checking the action. Okay, I think we're there. Yeah, we're definitely scraping the 8. A little bit out of tune there. But yeah, that should be good. I want to check the action now. Did changing the neck relief lower the action? It should. So here's 4/64. Well, that's definitely better. Again, I haven't touched the bridge at all. Here's 5. Yeah, we're starting to scrape there, right? Okay, and then 6. Yeah, so it's definitely lower the action, which is good. Now we'll do a check of the first fret action, or the nut action. And I like to see, you know, about 18 to 20 on a guitar is good. Yeah, and we're touching these feeler gauges. So this is probably around 18, 19. Yeah, which would be ideal. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so that nut action seems pretty good. And you can always press down the 3rd fret and then just check to see how much bounce you have. Alright, we're okay there. So I haven't checked to see if the electronics, everything works okay. Plug it in. Volume, volume, tone, tone. Okay. Volume, volume, tone, tone. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, so switches are working. Let's go here. Shared. Tone works. That's good, no scratchiness. We're okay with there. Just a little tip here, when you're doing these type of wrap around or wrap over bridges, it's very tight to try and put the string in when the bridge is on. So just take the bridge off and take each string one by one and then just feed it into that bridge. And that way you'll have all 6 strings available. And then you can just put the bridge back on, pull them over, and away you go. Tip number 46. There you go. Isn't she pretty? Well, just a short one here because I wanted to just feature this guitar. It's really nice. It's super light. I love the look of it. Very comfortable with these carves. The handshake here is really nice to get up to the higher frets. Short scale. Kind of feels good. So yeah, nice guitar, nice features, well built. I probably would change the tuners, but that's just me. The neck is super slick. Tell me what you think of these. Do you have one? Do you own one? Do you know someone who does? Have you played them before? Very nice. So I'm pretty confident that you know, I'll do the string change and I'll use these 10 to 52s, and you know, it's going to turn out really nice. We'll get this action down to 4/64, and I think the owner will be really happy. So again, thanks for watching. As usual, please like and subscribe. Zach Myers. Tell me what you think of this guitar. Alright, see you in the next one.